Between 2024 and 2034, the United States economy is projected to add 5.2 million new jobs. That translates to a steady overall growth rate of 3.1%. But that single stable number masks a significant structural shift in where those jobs will actually exist. Historically, technological change replaced workers performing physical tasks. Automation took over assembly lines and replaced manual labor in the fields. Generative AI is different. It targets cognitive functions, tasks like drafting correspondence, summarizing reports, and basic design that were previously the exclusive domain of office and professional workers. To understand the next decade, we have to look past the job titles and examine the specific worker traits the Bureau is signaling as essential for growth in an AI-integrated economy. The sectors projected to see the most significant stagnation or decline are those defined by administrative and routine information processing. This chart shows the projected change across all major occupational groups. The office and administrative support category sits at the bottom, projected to lose roughly 761,900 jobs over the next 10 years. We see this impact most clearly in roles like medical transcriptionists, customer service representatives, and cashiers, where technology is already performing the primary functions of the job. These roles are entering a productivity trap. Because AI synthesizes data and generates first drafts almost instantly, these workers become much more efficient. But that efficiency reduces the total number of people a company needs to hire. If a job's primary value is simply moving or organizing information, it is now susceptible to being performed by one person assisted by a large language model. The data suggests that professions relying on basic data synthesis or routing are facing the highest risk of contraction through 2034. While those administrative roles shrink rapidly, two other distinct categories are projected to grow significantly. The first is the builders. This includes the software developers, data scientists, and information security analysts who are required to build and protect the digital infrastructure. Data scientists alone are projected to see 33.5% growth as firms race to integrate AI. The second major growth area is the human anchor. The healthcare and social assistance sector is projected to add roughly 2 million jobs, the most of any sector in the economy. Advanced clinical roles are leading this trend, with nurse practitioners expected to grow by 40%. Healthcare remains resilient because algorithms simply cannot perform physical exams or provide hands-on care for a rapidly aging population. The BLS notes that the growing disease burden of those over 65 will continue to drive demand for human providers. The labor market is clearly polarizing. Growth is highly concentrated in the people who actively build the digital machines and the people who provide the physical, human services machines cannot replicate. We can identify why these specific jobs are growing by looking at the skills the BLS associates with the most successful roles. This table lists the 15 fastest-growing occupations through 2034, alongside the top 3 skills required for each one. If we look only at the skills required for these diverse roles, from wind turbine technicians to nurse practitioners, a clear pattern of high-value traits emerges. The data implies that long-term stability in this market isn't about the job title you hold, but about your ability to perform tasks that complement AI rather than compete with it. The BLS skills fall into 2 pillars. The first is hard technical ability. This includes mathematics, computer literacy, and critical thinking. These are the skills needed to direct the machines and architect the systems they run on. The second pillar is emotional intelligence. The Bureau explicitly identifies adaptability, interpersonal skills, and leadership as core requirements for the top growth fields. These traits are currently much more difficult to automate. While a model can summarize a legal contract, it cannot navigate a client's personal fears or lead a team of nurses through a complex medical crisis. The 2034 projections show a decline in routine information tasks. To find growth in this new market, you must focus on one of 2 paths: the technical proficiency to build the systems of the future, or the high-level interpersonal skills needed to manage the people who use them.